Are you just going to go straight into it? You're not going to say hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to what?
This is the Renegade Shopping Cartpod.
That's right.
This is the Renegade Shop.
I'm the fattest and most retarded.
This is the
Now you're
Renegade
just-
Shopping
You're
Cartpod.
going so overboard, it's ridiculous. Now you just fucked it all up.
I did fuck it all up.
Anyway,
Should we reclap? What do we do?
no, we're good. Welcome everybody to another episode of Renegade Shopping Cart.
Another episode.
Another one.
Yeah. Not a number, though.
No,
Another.
We don't want to signify numbers.
Real quick, we're gonna just a quick mention of our sponsors right here.
I got one.
Quick mention of our sponsors that are coming up later in the episode.
Shout
but
out to
first
Waterloo.
And foremost, Waterloo.
Always.
Got that lemon lime. You got that grapefruit.
I got that grapefruit.
Yeah. Welcome to the watering hole.
Ah, delicious.
So good.
Makes me feel, very watery.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
reference.
I know.
Yeah. I mean,
No one else is
a
going to know it.
callback. No one. Ever.
Got to purchase that NFT if you want that reference.
Yeah. Well, quick mention of our sponsors today. We are brought to you by Moonshine, and we are also brought to you by Confetti Coffin.
Thank you very much. We will
Thank
be
you,
talking
guys.
about those guys a little bit later.
Yep.
Make sure to stick around. They got some awesome products to review.
Oh, yeah.
Some awesome discounts. They're really generous. They're really
Well,
You
that
know.
Moonshine discount is fucking,
ridiculous.
yeah. It's
Especially
out of this world, I would say.
that was stupid. You sound
It is what it is.
stupid. Anyway, so we got a lot to talk about today, guys.
What,
Yeah.
what do we have?
Dude, a lot of current events. A lot of things happening in the world right now. And I want to get into a philosophical conversation. Yeah,
I
don't
don't
come
know why I'm chewing on an ice cube. I don't chew on ice cubes.
like Ice Cube, like the rapper.
The Easy 8.
You shouldn't.
Easy 8.
You shouldn't chew on him.
I know.
It's
Well, the
more of
thing
a-
about these new lids is like sometimes an ice cube just peeps through.
If you're in Compton.
I don't get it.
No. Okay. Anyway, I'll go over his head. But yeah, we got a couple current events, couple things happening in the news that we want to discuss. Want to get into a little bit of. I've been watching documentaries lately, guys. I got on a documentary kick.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you have nothing else going on.
Eye
in your
opening.
life.
Yeah, I'm a sad sack of shit.
Yeah.
But
What
it's
documentaries
eye opening, dude. We'll get into it. It's a whole thing.
First, can we talk about that new Justin Bieber song?
Dude, which one?
Have you listened to it?
I've listened to his whole new album.
Peaches. I get my peaches down in Georgia.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get my weed down in California.
I-
Have you listened to it?
Yeah. I mean, Angela made me listen to the whole thing, and I didn't remember most of it. So,
Bro, that Peaches song is freaking good.
Peaches and Cream?
I don't know if he has a cream. I haven't checked out the whole album,
Oh.
but there's definitely peaches.
Do you think he would make a cream? What kind of cream would it be? Would it be like a face cream? Bieber
Let's
cream?
think about this Beaver cream.
Bieber cream.
Kind of like Beaver cream.
Anyway, Justin Bieber dropped a new album. For those of you that live under rocks and didn't know.
I didn't know it was a whole album.
Yeah.
I thought it was just
He released like 5 singles and then dropped an album.
Yeah. I like that Peaches song, man. That's
Dude,
a good record.
have you heard a song with Chance the Rapper? Holy?
When you're holy.
Yeah, that's such a good song.
Yeah, it
Great
is a good song. It makes you want to be a little religious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like I'm not religious, but like when I hear stuff like that and when I hear like certain rap songs about God, I'm just like I'm jealous that they feel like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, it is what it is, and that's what I'm saying.
Speaking of which, though, gets us into a good segue of being holy and religious. Let me find. Whoops. We're going to talk about
I
that.
saw a good one to pull up.
We're going to talk about that.
What does
a
that
little
say?
later. This.
Oh, the Lil Nas X shoes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Angela told me about it.
bro.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. I thought it was a joke. I had to Google it. I was like on Nike. I was like,
100%.
there's no way Nike's releasing these shoes.
Right?
Turns out Nike doesn't stand by the shoes.
But they're Nikes.
They're Nike, but they're off brand. So they purchased
Oh.
Nike. I think they're like Air Ones or whatever. Whatever
And
they
then
are.
they
I'm not
redo
a
'em?
shoe person. Yeah. So then they customize them. This
Mischief.
mischief. That's a weird thing.
You really tried.
Yeah. Mischief.
It's not weird. It's mischief without
Right.
the vowels.
yeah.
Which
And
is
they
a very popular thing.
they decorated the shoes.
Oh.
And then they're
Dude.
selling them third party type thing.
So this guy's insane.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. We were on the topic of religion. I am an atheist.
Okay.
So I like these shoes solely because I know they're going to piss people off. Nothing against people that, well,
I mean, these shoes fuck face.
100%.
Like, that's what they are.
100%.
Yeah.
We still haven't explained that. We'll get to that. So I have nothing against people of religion. If you want to be a certain religion or believe a certain thing, you do you. I have something against the people that try to shove it through your face.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Like shove it down your throat. I don't like that.
I don't. Well, let me just say, I don't like that about anything, though.
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't like that about veganism. I don't like it about being a Republican or a Democrat. Like, I just don't like I just don't care that much.
You don't like me telling you that your pedo stash looks horrible?
Motherfucker. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was a good use.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, well, I love seeing
The Renegade Shopping Cart Pro.
I love seeing your hands slowly slide over to the buttons and
I'm
you
just
like
hanging out
your
here.
face lights up.
I'm
You're
hanging
like
out here. I'm waiting for my time.
Yeah, we got toys. Jason likes his toys.
I'm the fattest and most retarded.
Shout out to War Dogs.
Shout out to
This
War Dogs.
episode's brought to you by War Dogs.
This episode's brought to you by Jonah Hill.
Yep.
Probably the funniest human being alive.
Can we talk about Jonah Hill before we get to these shoes real quick?
He's a Jew.
My thing about Jonah Hill is
Let's look up Jonah Hill.
he was overweight.
100%.
And I mean, he was a childhood actor, and that's no secret. And I'm not giving him any shame for being overweight.
I mean, if you're fat, you're fat.
He lost a lot of weight, right?
He did.
Started doing jujitsu.
Everyone thought he wasn't funny after that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. You didn't hear that whole thing?
No, I didn't.
He literally, I forgot what, it was some award show that he went on, and he was a presenter, and he was making a joke about, you know, fat kids in Hollywood, everyone loves them. They think they're so funny. And then that fat kid decides to lose a little bit of weight, and on it, like all of a sudden he's the most boring piece of shit ever.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, it goes back to that whole thing about you being religion, right? Like if you're a fat, I almost don't want to say fat because that's like triggering for people, but
Overweight.
if you're an overweight actor or an overweight successful person, right? People use you as an example.
Yeah.
They're like, look, body positivity, blah, 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 right? Which is good.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's fine.
Body positivity.
But
It's cool.
then they shame him for losing the
losing
weight,
the
for
weight.
getting
Yeah.
in shape.
For
They're like,
stop.
oh, you were our guy, now
Yeah.
you're not. I don't like that. That's like, it's too much.
It's kind of fucked up. You should be
Anyway.
proud of him because he wanted to change it.
He started doing jujitsu, I think, and then he lost all that weight. He went, people called him surfing.
Yeah.
But I think he's gaining that weight again.
Dude. I don't know. He's only 5'7".
Oh, really? You know what? For an overweight Jew, okay, he is a handsome man.
I don't like how aggressively you said Jew.
Well, I'm just saying, what's wrong with that, bro?
I mean, I've had it said to me a couple different ways, but you went overweight Jew.
Well, just got to emphasize
Why
that
you
Jew.
what's up with that, man?
He's a Jew with a hard J, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What am I?
You're that soft J.
Oh,
That's okay.
I'm more of a U.
Like, I don't think your head has never known a yarmulke.
That's not true.
Really?
I've put a yarmulke on before.
Really?
Yeah.
You go to the Friday, what do they call them?
I don't know. Because I don't.
Oh, I went to a couple.
Still don't know what we're talking about.
Just saying,
Anyway.
it's like their version of church. They go on Fridays instead of Sundays.
I don't think Jonah Hill's been in a movie that I haven't liked.
That's a really good point.
He's
I think,
fucking hilarious.
dude,
in
he might be
everything
the
he does.
most.
Because he's also like, he's a writer and producer.
Can you pull up the movies he's been in?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be one of the most successful actors of our time.
Like comedy actors for sure.
No, dude, he's been in some serious stuff. That's like
He was
a comedic role in War Dogs, but dude, it was haunting how like demented he was. You know what I'm saying?
He's been in a lot of things. And I don't even know most of these things.
Yeah, this is the worst way I've ever seen someone pull up a
This is IMDb. What do you mean?
IMDb. Normally, if you just do it on Google, it just kind of lets you scroll.
Oh,
through.
okay. Well, let me
I'm just saying, bro.
right.
Whatever.
go ahead and
whatever
shit
floats
on
your
me.
boat.
Shit on the Jew.
Like, just do Jonah Hill IMDb, bro. What if this thing was touchscreen?
My TV. There we go. Dude, he's in so much stuff.
Yeah, here we go.
Superbad.
Superbad,
Hilarious.
21
21 Jump
Jump
Street.
Street.
Wolf of Wall Street's incredible.
Amazing.
Not necessarily funny, but
War
incredible.
Dogs is really
War
good.
Dogs is incredible.
Never saw 22.
22 Jump Street's hilarious.
Can't remember if I saw mid 90s.
But he wasn't in that. He directed that.
Okay.
This was the movie you were talking about. This is the end.
Okay, Maniac. Let's just scroll over there. I think you
haven't
could
seen
just
that.
scroll on your little bar. Oh, you don't have to click on it.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to. I was already pointing at it.
No, I think you could scroll or hit that arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said go over to Maniac.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maniac.
Moneyball, great movie.
Maniac was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah. Get him to the Greek.
I never saw that.
Oh.
Here's a lot of stuff I haven't seen.
Russell Brand is my
Knocked
hero.
Up's hilarious. Megamind's one of his voiceovers.
Oh, okay.
That's
This
hilarious.
is it. True Story.
Okay.
True Story is one of my top 5 favorite recent movies I've seen.
Recent as in the past 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I don't watch a whole lot. But this movie was so good. If you haven't seen it, I challenge you to check it out. If you don't like it, I'll pay you for your time.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Great.
Hilarious movie.
Yeah.
I never watched Sausage Party. Everyone said it was great.
I never even heard about it.
He was in Django. I completely forgot about that. Have you ever seen Django?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what his role was.
He was one of the fucking white supremacists that rolled around with.
That's right.
Yeah. He was the dumbass one. Remember?
It was good.
So, I don't give a shit if your wife made these hoods.
Yeah.
It was
Accepted.
so good.
Have you seen Accepted?
No.
Dude, Accepted was one
Great
of
movie.
the first movies. I was 10 when it came out. One of the first movies that got me thinking holy shit, comedy acting is a thing.
Yeah. Why him? You ever seen that movie?
Probably.
Let's just, on another tangent, talking about Jonah Hill being an incredible actor. Bryan Cranston
Oh yeah,
is a
underrated.
fucking god.
Yeah.
He can
100%.
do anything.
Yeah. Well, did you watch what was the TV show he was in? With the kid?
Breaking Bad?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Did you watch that?
Yes.
Yeah. When I made the connection, I started
That
watching
they were-
Breaking Bad.
yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that him?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he won he won 7 Emmys for Breaking Bad?
I thought Emmy was a writing thing.
No, Emmys are movies. Or TV shows.
Yeah. Anyway,
We can look it up. I want to see his awards.
it's gonna be sad when he goes. It's weird because all these old actors are dying now. You know, all these old legends from our parents' time. You
Yeah.
know, they're oh, I
Look
can't
at-
believe.
All of the Breaking Bad. These are all ones he got.
Oh yeah.
Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Drama Acting, Outstanding Lead, Screen Actors Guild Award, Outstanding Performance, Satellite Award, Best Actor in a Series, Golden Globe
he
Award.
got the Lawrence Olivier Award.
He got
Whatever
everything.
the fuck that is, dude. If you gave me a Lawrence Olivier Award, I wouldn't even care. What is it?
What if we won an award for this podcast? Would you care?
What would you get? An Outer Critics Circle Award?
Let's look it up. Podcast.
Bro, if you give me an Outer Critics
Awards.
Circle Award, I might pawn it.
There's an actual award show called the People's Choice Podcast Awards.
Okay, well it's fake.
iHeartRadio Podcast Awards.
Okay, what's one? What's the last year's winner?
Webby Awards
What's last year's winner
for People's Choice.
for whichever one?
I don't know.
They're probably something you've never heard of.
The Adam Curry People's Choice Award.
Shout out to Adam Curry. He's a good. I think he's a journalist or something.
Is he?
He's a science journalist.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know. Or Adam Curry. Maybe that's the dude from Mythbusters.
Rob has a podcast entertainment category. I don't know what that means.
Let's just be honest here. These are nothing podcasts.
You think?
I mean, they're way better than this, but
Well, everything's way better than this. Anyway,
is Joe Rogan winning awards? Dude, he's bigger than CNN.
he probably doesn't accept any awards.
But I'm just saying.
Anyway, back to this.
Okay. Lil Nas
Gotta-
X is fully leaning into his new hellish aesthetic, says TMZ. He designed Satan's shoes. You can check out the photos they have.
So I looked at them.
Mm-hmm.
It said there's a literal drop of human blood in every shoe.
Yeah.
And it's I saw it. They're on the side. That's
I mean, could we get a DNA tested though?
That's
I
a
mean,
little
I want
weird.
my authentication.
So here's the thing. I was behind this idea until the drop of human blood came involved.
I'm with that.
I don't know about that, bro. That's a little
I'm against.
cannibal.
What am I?
This is a Hannibal Lecter shoe right here.
Yeah, I feel like if Marilyn Manson came out with this, right, it'd be a little expected. We'd be good for him.
You'd be like,
That's
okay.
good marketing, right?
Yeah.
And then Lil Nas X is coming out with this. What is he doing? Is he just trying to get away from that country theme that he built for himself?
Okay, so here's the thing. We are 100% in realization that this is not true, right? There's no way that's actual human blood. It's not possible.
I mean, it might be.
There's no way.
Dude, it's easy to get
No,
human
there's
blood.
no. You would get fucking arrested immediately if you had anything to do with this.
No, not if it was his.
He made 700 pairs.
666 pairs.
Exactly. Really? No way.
Well, think about how much a drop is. How much is 666 drops?
Yeah, but there's still a certain level of it that's like,
Bro, define me a drop right now.
how
I'll pull it up. I want to get defined a drop.
how much is a drop? But like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Because like, here's the thing. I thought it was cool for the whole thing, you know, and I was behind it just for the controversy. I like controversial things, right?
Yeah.
I like pissing people off.
Yeah.
So like, I was down with it. Like, the box is cool, and like, I'm a gothic person, right?
Okay.
I'm more punk, but I'm into gothic things.
Okay.
But there's no way. As soon as I saw the drop of blood, I was immediately like, no, that's not true.
But the Saint, what is Saint there? That's like a real brand.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
like,
They're selling
regardless, like, they can market it as real human blood. But
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is, there's no fucking way that's real.
Really?
No.
So 666 drops of blood or drops of
Was that
liquid.
like a pint or something?
It's 0.0088 US liquid gallons. I don't know how much that is.
That is 8% of a gallon.
Don't bring your fucking shitty high school education math into this. Come on.
I'm just common sense, bro. Jesus. Sorry, I
Fluid
didn't-
ounces. Oh, dude, that's 1.1 fluid ounces. That's nothing when you think about how much an ounce is. How many
Yeah.
ounces are in a tablespoon?
What? I don't know. I didn't go to school in LA.
But I'm just saying that gets you a good gauge. How many?
But anyway, there's no way that's true. It's just not possible. Like,
Nah, it's gonna happen.
you're
You're just jealous you can't get a pair.
that's weird. I don't know what that is. And dropping a visual project. Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
I think he dropped a music video and he was
Yeah.
like, I read he was gave Satan a lap dance.
Oh,
Good for him, man. I don't care.
like he
However-
gave.
Yeah, however you got to make your money is I'm happy with. But okay, so back to this just real quick for all the nerds out there. A US tablespoon, 1 tablespoon is half of a fluid ounce. And the 666 drops is 1.1 fluid ounces. So 2 tablespoons of blood, that's easy to come by. That's breaking your nose. That's a couple pricks in the finger. You know, that's like if you don't use lube.
So if you were to put a dollar amount on that much blood,
Uh,
how much do you think it would be?
well, it depends
worth?
whose blood is it, right?
Because like
'Cause if
he's
it's your
selling these
blood-
shoes for like $1,000.
Well, 1018, and apparently that's a reference to verse in the Bible about Satan falling from heaven.
Yeah. So there was.
John 10:18 or something.
Yeah, it's on the inside of the box. You can't see it right
Yeah,
here,
I
but
think
I
it says
saw
it
the inside
on
of the
bottom
box,
of the In-N-Out cups too.
and it was like, I watched Satan fall from the sky, from the heavens or whatever bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But that's wild. I think I could get behind it if the human blood wasn't involved and it wasn't fucking over $1,000.
See, I support it more now that human blood is involved.
You're a sick fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they're legally doing it, why not? You could sell your sperm. Make money off your freaking sperm.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, what?
I wonder if the audience can hear it. There's people talking outside and it threw me off.
Oh,
we're talking about
'cause he has
Satanism.
a short attention span.
100%. I'm
Oh.
fucking ADD, bro.
Yeah, good for him. I hope they sell out. What if none of them sell?
It just doesn't sell a single one.
That'd be embarrassing. But
Be
yeah,
a waste of blood.
shout out. Yeah, it would be a waste of blood. Shout out to Lil Nas X.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
somewhat good music.
I don't know anything about him. I mean, I only heard the Old Town Road song because I was forced to.
It's not Country Road, right? No, I don't know. Take me home, country road,
to
the place I belong, West Virginia. All right, well, just make me feel bad because Queen Bee over here.
That's what I'm
Whatever.
saying. Shout out to that song. That's a great song. That West Virginia Country Road song.
Right. Okay. Anyway, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, but shout out to him first. however you need to make your money in this world, I support you. But you can't be surprised when people end up trying to cancel you and hate you
for using human blood.
Yeah. Just don't be shocked when they come after you.
See, we make racy jokes and talk about suggestive topics, but
yeah,
we don't use human blood.
No. I mean,
you think.
Jason is brought to you by human blood.
I don't think so. I think you were brought here by your father's penis.
Without blood, is there a penis?
I don't.
You can't have an erection without blood flow.
Yeah, but in and of a sperm cell doesn't have any blood cells, does it? It's just like a sperm is a cell. And then when you fertilize, then you start producing blood cells.
For the fact that we both know nothing about what we're talking about, I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
A sperm definitely
Tell us how it
blood.
works.
It's full of blood.
Let us know in the comments. Email us.
Bro, your sperm isn't red?
Like, share, and subscribe on all this.
My sperm is so red. It's bloody.
And with that, we're going to move on to the next topic.
Could just be all that beet juice.
So you want to go into the next event, or do you want to talk about something else?
Let's talk about one of your documentaries.
Oh,
I think it's too early to get into the rape thing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
we'll
we
talk
can't
about
follow
that a
Lil
little
Nas
later.
X bloody shoes by rape.
All of our viewers, all millions of them, will be like, "Oh, the fucking Nas X, the fuck?
Rape? He raped someone with
That's
shoes?
how he got the blood."
He's
What?
selling his shoes he raped in.
Our condolences to all rape victims.
Some of them.
I'm the fattest and most retarded.
Don't forget what you're listening
This
to.
is the Renegade Shopping Cart Program.
We're having too much fun.
Too much fun.
Okay, so good transition. You know what's next, buddy?
Quote of the day?
The quote of the motherfucking day.
I guessed it.
it.
Yep.
That was weird. So today's quote of the day is brought to you by none other than Waterloo Soft Water Products.
Is that what they're called? Soft water?
No, I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Bro, that sounded really good, though.
Thanks, man.
Waterloo sparkling water,
one.
naturally flavored with...
So, today's quote...
Wait. I'm so sorry.
Come on.
It says naturally flavored with other natural flavors. What does that mean, Waterloo?
That just means more than one natural flavor.
This includes natural flavors, and it includes other natural flavors.
Yeah, man. You can't knock all of the natural flavors at once.
We got all of them.
All of the individuals.
All right, get into the quote of the day.
So today's quote of the day is, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." Brought to you by Walt Disney.
Shout out to Walt Disney.
Shout out to Walt Disney. So the reason I chose that quote for today is Angela and I started watching a couple documentaries. I'm going to butcher the names, so I apologize ahead of time, but I'm going to give you a shout out. We'll put it in the comment or in the description below. We watched Seaspiracy and Cowspiracy. I think those are the names. Okay. Seaspiracy, talking about the whole fishing market and illegal fishing and fish farms and all that kind of shit, and basically how we get our fish and what we're actually eating.
Yeah.
And then Cowspiracy is about how much animal agriculture is consuming our land and destroying our ecosystem.
Yeah.
Both of them were incredible. I loved them both. And both of them made Angela and I want to try to go vegetarian.
So real quick, before we get real into this,
We're getting real in.
I saw your question mark, and
Oh.
I have something. I have a quote of Minsky.
no.
This is Minsky's quote of the day.
I am neither going to confirm
And-
nor deny whether or not I
and
said
this
this.
happened the day we met.
Oh,
The
God.
first day we met.
That was what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
Something
So
like
you asked me, do you eat meat? And I said, no, I don't, because I didn't at the time. Well, I did. I'm a pescatarian currently, still am. I eat fish. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to say that stuff. Okay? Motherfucker. That's being cut out. You bet your sweet ass. I'm not going to let you destroy me.
Your eyes are so watery right now. You know
I
got
was scared that you were going to do that, but it's okay. I have the editing powers. So, Anyway. Oh my God.
This is the Renegade Shopping Cart Program.
Welcome to the program.
So, something that you said to me the first day we met,
Yeah.
right? You said, and I quote, okay? I'm quoting this. If you could see me in the video, I'm going to add the quotes in the air. But if you're listening to this, just close your eyes and imagine quotes in the air. Okay? Quote starts now, and I quote, I'm the most carnivorous motherfucker you will ever meet. End quote. That is what you said to me day one of when we met.
Yeah.
And
Dude, your boy's lived his life eating his meats.
I'm just saying I was a little
I coulda-
shocked when I read this in our episode highlights.
Right?
I was like,
Dude,
oh
it's
my
a whole
God.
that's how you know it's a serious thing.
Yeah, well,
Your boy could have been the fucking spokesperson for Arby's.
mm,
Like, Minsky, I eat the meats.
good.
You know?
Yeah, don't give the Arby's one because
Not anymore.
they don't sponsor the program.
Yeah, sorry. But you can tell how much these docs got to me, bro.
Yeah, and
Like-
I mean, they're not PhD docs.
No.
They're not telling you about
I
your
don't
cholesterol.
know. They're not actual doctors. They're just dudes sitting at home and we're like, I'm going to talk to some people about this.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of the information, I haven't seen Seaspiracy, but I've seen Cowspiracy. And I'm pretty sure some of that information is a little made up.
I don't know, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm just saying.
But
Are you just saying?
shout out to them.
Dude, he went around and like talked to all of these big CEOs and like majority rulers in these big companies that are dedicated to whatever the fuck, saving the earth, like pollution, blah, blah, blah. And like he had a valid argument and the people would refuse to fucking answer. This episode of Renegade Shopping Cart is brought to you by Moonshine. Moonshine is a Kickstarter campaign designed to brighten the moon and provide more visibility at night. Started by two college dropouts, the company was created with the goal of not only illuminating your nights and increasing vision by 22.3%, but also with the goal of finding new space for your trash to not clog up our green earth. That's right, using bioluminescent algae from the sea floor, they created a spray for your trash that shines in the night. Just spray your trash, leave it outside, and they will pick it up and ship it off straight to the moon. Get 15% off your first month by using promo code Renegade. Once again, 15% off your first month by using promo code Renegade. Moonshine, your trash used right. I didn't know Leonardo DiCaprio actually signed on to be a producer for Cowspiracy.
Yeah, I think his whole thing is climate change right now.
Yeah, it was really cool when I found that out. But anyway, so we watched these documentaries and they're talking about what. Do you have a preference of which one we discuss first?
No, let's take one by one. Whichever
So
one.
Cowspiracy focuses on like animal agriculture and how the emissions from not like the factories themselves, but the waste that all of the animals are producing is destroying the earth.
Like the
so-
pollutants and stuff, right?
Basically,
Yeah.
like the amount of waste, and they went all the way down to like the amount of waste that the animals produce on agricultural lands, the amount of product it takes to feed and water and all these different, like take care of the animals until
Yeah.
they're at the age where they can be used
Yeah.
for whatever. And he went around to, I forgot the guy's name, but he basically went around to a bunch of the big companies that are focused on, you know, climate change, saving the oceans, all these different green planet projects. And he was asking them because on all of their websites, the premise of it is on all of their websites, they don't have animal agriculture as one of the biggest concerns towards, you know, climate change or
Yeah,
Earth
it's all
or
about
whatever.
cars and
like
Yeah.
fossil fuels
Yeah.
and different things like that. And it, like I said, I don't know if I trust the figures exactly, but he was saying something like there's I'm gonna butcher it because I don't remember it exactly, but there's
just go for it.
so many more times.
A million times, let's just say.
I was gonna say like 20 times, but that works too.
22 times.
So like the amount of water and food needed to feed these animals compared to how much animals are needed to feed one person is like astronomical.
Yeah, they use that figure like 5 gallons of water produces 1 hamburger patty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I was like, it makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if the figures are exact, but like,
yeah,
it makes sense.
It's definitely
when you
taking a
think
lot
about
of
it.
energy and resources to keep that up.
And they're saying like at this point, he brought like the Amazon rainforest into play because they're cutting down a lot of it for animal agriculture right now.
Yeah, I think 40% of it's gone.
Yeah. At this rate, I think it was 1 square mile of the rainforest is lost like every second or something crazy like that.
Yeah, with the forest, you go by hectares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
whatever the fuck a hectare is.
I don't know. But I calculated it using the figures that they provided, and it was at the rate it's going right now, the Amazon rainforest will be completely gone in like 40 something years.
Yeah, I think by like 2050 or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. I was like, what the shit?
Yeah, and that's like the most populated and most dense forest that we have.
And then he brought into consideration like how much oxygen is provided and how much carbon dioxide is, you know, consumed within the rainforest itself, you know?
Yeah.
Like how many trees and plants and all that stuff that consume the carbon dioxide and then therefore release oxygen. And it was the one thing, not like the one thing that got me, but one of the things that really got me was they gave a graph of human population growth for like over the past 30 something years, right? So it was like from 1980 to 1990, there was, I think, 100, 200,000 more people on Earth than there was in that past 10 years, right? Considering, you know, yearly death, whatever it is.
Right.
And then from like 1990 to like now, it's skyrocketed the amount of population growth there was, going from like 1.9 billion to like almost 8 billion now. I think it's over 8 billion now.
No, I think we're at 7
something, right?
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous.
8 billion people though. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's an astronomical increase. Like you wouldn't even think of it.
Yeah. And like bringing to light how many we're at 7.674 billion.
By the way, check out email. I sent you a link to something just now that will be beneficial when we get into the next version, the next documentary.
But it was crazy taking into consideration like the amount of population growth over the past 20 years and then all like putting everything together and saying, you know, how much food is needed per person, considering the fact that the population has gone up 6 billion in the past 20 years. The amount of farmland needed to feed that kind of population is more than we have on Earth.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt that the rate in which we're going in terms of agriculture and these big farming companies that are just having miles and miles of just like cows that they're using, you know, like that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to end. It's going to come crashing down.
At some point, there's going to be too many mouths to feed, not enough food to feed them.
Right.
100%. And it kind of brought it into perspective. I was like, ooh, if I don't contribute to this fact, maybe I'll feel less guilty.
But there's a lot of ways that you can contribute to it.
Yeah. And like there were experts saying, and it was in this documentary and the Seaspiracy documentary, there were experts saying on both ends that the way to fix the issue of less food is to eat more of it. I don't know how that made sense, and I forgot exactly how they explained it, but it was almost like we're creating so many animals, like farming them to use for food, that there's too many animals to be able to sustain, you know? And that's where the sustainability comes into play, like by controlling the population and bringing it down. we can actually create a more efficient market, basically.
Well, it's population control.
Yeah.
Right? Like not with humans, but like nature has its own way to control the population.
Yeah.
Right? So if there's too many wolves in one area, then bears are going to come in and eat the wolves.
Yeah.
Now bears are going to be exploding, and now wolves are going to be taking the bears, and it's just this catch-up game, right? So
Unless
right now,
humans fuck it all up.
yeah, if we just drop the gates, right, and let all these fucking billions of cows run wild, there's going to be too many cows for the area.
Yeah.
You know, like it's an unnatural amount.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, it's definitely not good, but there are other ways to contribute. There are a lot of ways to contribute, right? You could go vegan, but you have to do that right.
Yeah.
To be a healthy vegan and to do it right, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of knowledge.
And one of the points I wanted to hit was it is so incredibly expensive. Like we went to the grocery store a couple days ago, whatever.
Mhm.
And it was our first trip on this new kick, trying to, buy food that is more animal
Organic,
friendly,
yeah, all the shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like vegetarian, vegan options, meatless options, It is fucking expensive.
Well, it can be, but it can be cheap.
Right? If everything becomes regulated in a certain way where people are doing it and there's enough demand for it that they can mass produce it to where the supply goes down, but then you have to trust that they're mass producing it correctly.
Were you buying the vegan meats?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Right? You could be a vegan and just eat plants.
Yeah.
Right? And nuts.
But you need the substitute for what the meat provided. Because, meat in and of itself provides you certain nutrients that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what they're doing is creating these meat substitutes with the goal of not using meat specifically, but using what vitamins and minerals or proteins or whatever are in the meat, and then using whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to replicate it
basically
as best as they can.
Concern is what kind of chemicals are they using to actually replicate it?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
because they're using plant-based proteins and stuff like that, so they are using plants in and of themselves to add these proteins and different.
But vegetable oils are bad for you.
Yeah,
they're carcinogenic, I believe.
Yeah.
And what are the brands? So there's Beyond. Beyond, I think, is the best that you can get.
I think Impossible is.
No, Impossible. I don't know if they recalled it and changed their ingredients, but the Impossible meat, whatever it was, their beef, was they had a carcinogen in it that was linked to heart cancer.
Everything's linked to a certain kind of cancer these days.
Yeah, but I mean, it had a special thing in it that the Beyond didn't have. That I think there's Light Life now. Like there's so many companies where you could get these vegan meat alternatives.
Yeah, and at that point, Impossible had to fucking change everything to keep up with everyone.
You would think, but I mean, to get back into the whole doing vegan right, you could buy tofu for days, right? And you could have tofu be your meat and everything, but then you're supporting a monoculture garden, right? Where all they're doing is knocking down miles and miles of land just to grow tofu.
Yeah, I think the whole goal and the whole question is sustainability, is how do you do it without going further and further into this rabbit hole that the world is putting itself in.
Yeah, and the easiest way, not easiest, but the most beneficial way, I think, is to just go back to your community.
Locally sourced products.
If San Diego just had these gardens, right, where you could go pick up fresh lettuce and blah, 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 or the farmer's market's always a good thing, right, because you could buy eggs from Joe's garden up the street. You could buy dairy from Pamela's garden from down the way.
Yeah.
Right? That's the most sustainable way to do it, right? Or you could grow it on your own. But in a large-scale society, I don't think that's really...
Yeah, they're trying to meet the supply demands.
Mm-hmm.
Supply and demand.
Yep.
Economics. Should get my buddy Parker on here to talk about that. He's
okay.
Econ major. He's crazy. But yeah, it was weird because it showed the certain aspect of it that I hadn't been looking at.
Right.
And it's one of those things where it's I could be helping the entire ecosystem. The reality is I'm probably not. But, you know, if I'm doing one thing and it can help, why not, you know?
Yeah. But
and it also had to do with like the amount of shit that they put in it.
yeah.
Yeah, like in actual meat and
yeah.
how
hormones,
like
antibiotics,
growth hormones, preservatives, all those kinds
Yeah.
of disgusting.
Yeah. And it's no wonder we're all getting cancers and
Yeah.
Parkinson's and all this shit.
Spraying
From-
pesticides on crops and
Yeah.
the crops that they then feed the animals that we're eating. It's ridiculous.
Pesticides, herbicides, all that stuff. It's awful for you.
The other good one that I just watched is Seaspiracy.
Okay. Now I've seen the ad on Netflix when I'm scrolling,
Okay.
you know, doing my little chilling,
Yeah.
and I have yet to watch it. However, I will watch it because I do eat fish.
Yeah.
So I'm open to seeing this, but I know about all the harms of. Here's the real thing, like all this boils down to supporting like these awful companies, right? Like you could get meat and support a good company or support your local farmers and do it in a sustainable way. You could get fish from supporting local fishermen, right? That aren't these big companies that are just laying nets in the ocean and leaving their nets behind, polluting the ocean. You could do everything in a more sustainable way.
Yeah.
Whether you want to argue for the meat side of it or the vegan side of it, you could do vegan in a bad way. Right?
Yeah.
You could do vegan by supporting mono agriculture, but then your soil levels are all fucked up, so you're killing microorganisms, which in turn kill plants and trees and all the shit, and then now you don't have enough to, you know, circulate the CO2 and oxygen ratio in the
Yeah,
world.
like there's a bad way to do everything.
Yeah. So there's a good way to do everything, no matter where you end up falling on it, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, or if you just start eating everything organic, locally sourced. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, like organic,
Just be more
locally
mindful.
sourced is probably
Yeah.
the best way to do it. And Seaspiracy hits on that real hard because it went through a couple different subtopics, like international fishing piracy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fish farms always go wild caught as opposed to farm because
100%.
dude, they showed some videos of like actual fish farms. There's like
crazy.
they're swimming in their own blood, feces, organs. Like they got flies all over them because they're already dead. It's,
It's gross.
like
I mean, fish
disgusting.
farms. Fish farms are the what's this place up here? The Blackfish
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld. They're the SeaWorld of like the natural world, right?
Ooh, you're gonna hit.
Just saying.
That's a whole different podcast.
But I'm just saying that's
a whole different podcast.
Yeah, but that's what it is, right? That's what fish farms are. They're not free fish. I'm not even making it. I'm you know.
I see what you're saying. It's
Yeah,
like it's like
captivity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm pro black fish, pro white fish. I'm pro all fish. I'm pro fish.
But anyway, you sent me this. Tell me about it. What is
So
this?
okay, this is China's project. China's 40-year billion tree project is a lesson for the world. So they're trying to plant 1 billion trees in the next 40 years to try to offset deforestation worldwide.
That's good.
It's really, really good.
Good for China.
It's other countries are doing it too. I think a lot of those like really wealthy countries in the Middle East are trying to do things like this. They're trying to plant trees and get more forests and stuff in the world. But you know, we were talking about the deforestation of the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah.
And what is just as significant and beneficial to the world are the what do they call them? They're like the kelp beds. They're the
Coral reefs.
Coral reefs in the ocean.
Yeah.
They do the same thing that plants do, right? They are necessarily
That
a
was
plant.
another part of the documentary.
Of Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
They talk about coral reefs and
Yeah,
stuff.
and how they're
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah, but I mean, and then you have to think, you know, every time I go to a lake, right, and I see people fishing out of the lake. Have you ever been to a lake on a boat in a lake or something like that?
No,
Never been?
I'm not.
You've never been to a lake?
Lake Havasu. There's no fish in there, though.
Yeah, no fish. So, but have you been on a boat at
Yeah.
Lake Havasu? So, you know when you're on the boat and you see this fucking spread of
The
exhaust.
The wake?
Spread, no, not the wake of the water, but like you just see this spread of oil that the boats are leaving into the water, right? Like it everything gets the kind of that rainbow oily color. You don't know what I'm talking about, but the people out there know.
Okay.
So if you go on, like, you could rent a little pontoon boat for like $30 or something like that and just go have a nice day at the lake, but you see all the oil that the boat is leaving into the lake.
It then is dropping to the bottom of the water.
Yeah, but then, dude, me and Crystal went to one up in Idlewild. We went to a lake up in Idlewild one time, and we rented those little pontoon boats. We had like a nice day out on the lake or whatever, real small lake. But I was seeing this oil in the water from my boat, and I see all these other boats out there, and then I see fucking people fishing. I was like, these fish
are covered in oil.
And you're gonna go home and eat that? It's awful.
To be fair, that's probably how it is no matter where you go.
Well, right.
With all the
in the ocean,
all the pollutants.
Right? We just had that Suez Canal be blocked by some big.
That was crazy by the big
ship.
freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you have all those big ships going across the ocean, leaving oil like that.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, it's bleaching the. They call it bleaching, but it's like they're essentially killing themselves. The coral reefs.
Yeah.
Like they're saying like, I can't do this anymore. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're pretty much giving up.
Well, and then that destroys all the oxygen that they're providing in the bottom of the ocean.
Yep. And then it's the same as soil in plants.
Yeah.
Like to grow a healthy plant, you need the soil to be right.
Yeah.
You need all of the micronutrients. You need all of the good bacteria.
You need it to be free of pollutants.
Yeah. And so the soil in the ocean can't grow right. So now,
Which in turn is going to cause all the wildlife in the ocean to start depleting.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. It's a whole freaking mess. The cynic in me says, less people on Earth. That's what we need.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's never happening.
No, it won't happen. But we could support we have room for a lot of people. Like, I forget the numbers, but I can make them up off the top of my head, and then you could tell me I'm wrong later. But
tell me
there's something like we're only accounting for like 13 to 30% of the land that we could possibly use in America.
Yeah, and then the reverse side of that is what happens when you start using up all of that land that is preserved.
Less land for the wildlife and stuff like that. But in terms of people, we could house more people.
Yes.
We just have to do it better.
You can house more people. Problem being, can you feed more people? Can you provide clean oxygen to more people? Can you provide,
you can.
air quality?
We just have to do it better. We have to get off of these fossil fuel kicks. We have to get away from this big agriculture farming. We have to get away from all these negative things that we're doing. And you could do it better. We could do it better. We could probably double our population in the U.S. I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying you probably can. And if you're doing it clean and sustainable, you can still feed everybody better quality stuff. Right?
How?
I don't know how. I'm not the scientist. I'm just saying there's smarter people than I making this argument.
So you brought this up early on an earlier episode where we bring up all these ideas and opinions, but there's no data to back it up.
No. My memory's not that good. But I can provide a link in your email for whenever I see something cool. So
sign up to our mailing list and we'll send you random stuff that we think is cool.
Yeah.
We won't. I'm just kidding.
No, we won't. No mailing list. But if you create one, invite me, please.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Also, if at any point you want to fact check us, tell us because we don't know the facts and we want to know.
Right.
The data,
The data.
The data.
The data.
Data. I want the data.
Motherfucker.
When you're holy.
Anyway, so yeah, I went on this huge kick for,
How long do you think it's going to last for?
Oh my God.
Forever?
No.
You're not going to go forever?
Probably not. I haven't even started it yet, bro.
Oh, you haven't started?
No.
Well, we just saw what Angela's eating. She started. She's ahead of you.
I just have to hold myself.
Yeah.
I'm so bad about that. Like going to the gym. I'm horrible unless someone else is telling me to go.
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
Yeah, I wish someone
I'm
would tell you
not
to
a
go.
self-reliant person unless it fits my specific interest.
Yeah.
I think I'm the worst kind of person.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
But I think I'm the worst kind of person. I'm kind of the opposite.
Yeah, probably.
I'm very just like, I'll do what I want for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'll do what I know what's healthy for me and what's right for me, all this stuff. But when you bring other people into it, now I come up with all these excuses.
Yeah, that's why it took forever to start this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
So you want to get an iPad.
I do want to get an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to force you to go with me after this to go get one.
Yeah. But you were saying something about electronic taxes.
Dude.
I don't even know about that.
You don't know about that? Okay, so
I mean, I'm paying them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anytime you buy any kind of electronic, there's a tax that goes on it. I think it, fact check me if I'm wrong, but I think it revolves around like the waste required to produce it or throw it away, or like, I think it's a California, or I think there's taxes worldwide for it, but I think California specifically has,
it kind of sounds like it might be a recycling fee.
yeah.
Like you're paying to get them to recycle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Apple's doing all that. Like, give us your old shit and we'll recycle it for you.
Currently combined sales tax, that's sales tax rates.
Range from 7.25 to 10.25.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
California. California. So I love California.
I like California. I like the weather.
I don't. I hate the weather.
I like the scenery.
Anyway, I can't find it. But anyway, so point being, we'll use the example. I went on to an app I have for a specific department store.
You don't want to plug it?
Shout out to Target. I went onto this Target app.
Target, rich person, Walmart.
Right? No, because I actually went to Walmart too. So I went to go like order it, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're not on the mic. I didn't hear you say
I said uh-huh.
Okay. And when I went to order it, the device itself was listed at $600, right? And then when I got through all of the taxes and fees and yada, 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 my final total was like almost $700.
They get you.
Like $660 something.
It's like buying a concert ticket or something. Like the
service fees.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
ticket's $45, but the service fee's $80.
Yeah, it's like
and you're like, what?
You're like, what the fuck? So like, I don't, and it might not just be a California thing.
So in California, the electronic waste recycling fee is a fee imposed by the government of the state of California in the United States on the new purchases of electronic products with viewable screens.
Look at that.
I don't know if that helps you.
Colorado.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. We pay a lot of taxes.
I don't know why. What if I type in device?
I just Googled, is there an electronics tax? And then it pulled up California. Wireless taxes and fees increase in 2020 to 23.22%.
That's what freaking gets you. Combined federal, state, and local rates. Because they have different rates for each area, but they don't give you like one of the specific ones. They combine everything.
But it's lower than all these other states. It's lower than Tennessee, lower than Arizona, and lower than South Carolina.
What are you talking about?
22.48? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said 22.22. Kind of dyslexic.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that much higher, though, than Tennessee and Arizona and South Carolina.
And it's not a specific to California thing.
Right.
It's like a across the board. If you want to buy an electronic, you have to pay this crazy tax.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is why I tried getting one on eBay until someone outbid me. Shout out to, I don't know.
Well, they raised you to $550.
Yeah.
That's how they
But
get
like, for example, I was going to buy it off eBay because at the bid I had it at for a while, it was at $510 for my specific device.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, if I get that from eBay, it's free shipping. And then, you know, it's $150 cheaper than going to a store and buying it.
Yeah. Does eBay do free shipping? I didn't know that.
But it's seller by seller.
Interesting stuff.
But yeah, it was ridiculous. I think it's freaking bananas, dude.
It's weird.
Because like,
it goes back into that thing. Now, I don't know what the electronic tax is for, but if we assume that it's for like kind of a recycling thing or, you know, then it goes back to that whole veganism point.
Yeah.
It's like you have to pay more and you have to vote with your dollar, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the most effective way is to vote with your dollar.
Yeah. It's
not
like,
vote with when it's every 4 years when it's time to vote for a new president.
Yeah.
Like
it's got to be an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
So maybe it's beneficial. Maybe not. We pay a lot of taxes in California. Things are still not as good. So you never know.
Yeah.
But I think Apple is doing a really good thing. I think by 2030, they're trying to be 100% renewable energy
Uh-huh.
in all
That's cool.
all of their locations, all the sweat China factories that they pay,
All the sweatshops.
that they pay 7-year-old Asian kids a cent a day for.
That's okay. All big companies are there. This episode of Renegade Shopping Cart is brought to you by Confetti Coffin. Confetti Coffin, where dying doesn't have to be sad. Do you or someone you know plan on dying soon? If so, don't choose a traditional, dreary, and depressing casket to be buried in. Choose a confetti coffin. Confetti Coffin designs fun, colorful, and unique coffins so you can be buried the way you want. Why not bring the party with you when you arrive in heaven above or hell below? Confetti Coffin offers themes depending on what your favorite holidays are. Are you a fan of the 4th of July? Well, if you are, Confetti Coffin will make sure you get buried with live fireworks that are hooked up to a timer that is set to go off every year on the 4th of July. Fan of Christmas? Well, maybe every year Santa will come down your coffin chimney and deliver some special presents. These designs are not just limited to holidays, they can be any theme or style you want. You can even design your own personal confetti coffin with the folks at Confetti Coffin to ensure that you will be buried in a casket that you want. Confetti Coffin offers a risk-free trial period. Spend a few nights in your coffin, and if you're not sure it's exactly what you want, they'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Confetti Coffin also offers a rolling promotion that allows your family to get a full refund after you're already buried if you can come back as a ghost and somehow explain that you are unsatisfied with this product. Use promo code LIFE to see more exclusive deals. Once again, that's promo code LIFE to see all of Confetti Coffin's exclusive deals and get yourself a lovely casket. Be the life of your non-living party with Confetti Coffin. Thank you to our sponsors. We appreciate you. So, let's hit a touchy subject.
Our biggest fears.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
Penis.
That's your biggest fear?
No, not at all. I like
Say,
penis.
Your fear is tied to you forever.
Yeah. What's my biggest fear? Like, depends on how philosophical we want to get, I guess.
Yeah. Let's get
My biggest fear is spiders in and of itself.
Yeah, that's fine. That's natural.
And then
Insects and snakes. You're hardwired. You're programmed to be scared of them. If you film chimps hanging from trees and they see a big spider on the floor or a snake on the floor, they fucking flip out. They go to the highest part of the tree. They do a special call that lets all the other people in their group, I forgot what they call them. I've been out of school for so long.
and you're just stupid.
Yeah, I don't think it's a pride, but they have
lions?
They have a special call that lets everyone else know, get to the top.
Huh.
And they all just fucking race to the top of the tree.
That's wild.
Yeah. You're programmed to not like spiders and snakes.
That's crazy.
So don't feel like a little bitch. Don't let anyone make you feel like a little bitch for not liking that. Shout out to you. You know who you are, making me feel bad every time I ask you to kill a spider for me.
Angela.
That's right.
She's in the other room. I can't
Do
wait
you
for her
do
to
that?
yell back.
Do you kill spiders?
No.
You make her do it?
There was one time, story time. So there was one time I used to live, when I was living with my parents when we were a couple of years into dating.
Uh-huh.
And I was walking into my room, and the second I hit like the
lights?
No, the door frame. Yeah.
Mm.
Second I stepped into the door frame,
Uh-huh.
I saw a spider on my
I'm the
blinds.
fattest and most retarded.
Yep. That's me. Motherfucker. Thank you. I saw a spider on the blinds,
Yep.
and I was like, oh, fuck no.
How
Not
big?
in.
How big?
It-
He did a small to mid-sized spider.
I am a little bitch when it comes to
me too,
spiders.
me
I am
too.
horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So I took my shoe off,
Mm-hmm.
and I threw my shoe.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Ah.
It hit it hit the blinds, and the spider fell. And I was like, I'm never stepping foot in that room again. And I looked at Angela. I was like, I need you to go in there and find it.
Yeah.
And she did.
She did.
Yeah, she killed it. She walks over to me and she holds it in my face, and I'm like, fuck. You know,
Aren't girls crazy?
dude.
Dude, Crystal does all my
At least they're
killing.
not stupid like us.
I know. She does all my killing for me.
It's crazy.
Yeah. She
But-
makes me feel like a bitch about it, but I'm open to it. Right? She tries calling me names. I'm like, that doesn't work. I know
You're
it.
like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna make you do
Just
it.
get it out of here. Like that, I'm
You can call
fine.
me whatever you want at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. Just get it away from me.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my biggest fear.
Bro, did you just fart? and lower your volume so it didn't pick it up?
No, ironically, I turned your volume up because you don't speak loud whatsoever.
I heard a toot and I saw you freaking
On your side, I moved you
uh-huh.
up. Nice try, though.
I'll get you. I'll get you one of these times.
You're never going to get me.
That's right. So you're scared of spiders. What else though? I mean, I feel like that's just a generic one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, as far as like physical things go, that's kind of the extent of it. I don't like bees. I don't like most insects.
I don't like bees.
I don't like creepy crawly things. I'm in full support of having bees be a living thing, but like
Kill them all.
No.
Kill them all. Colony collapse disorder. Good. Get them out of here. Get
Cool.
the bees out of here.
And this is how we're going to solve the population issue.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't like creepy crawly small things,
Yeah.
and like flying things. And,
I think they prefer little people.
I don't like insects. I don't little insects.
Little people. Don't call them creepy, crawly, small things.
Yeah, well,
Jeez, just because they're not as tall as you. Yeah.
Other than that, just a lot of philosophical things that I'm afraid of.
Okay.
So you got to bear with me on this one.
Okay.
Okay. This is gonna be a long one. We got 30 more minutes. Okay.
That's right.
So, I personally am afraid of how do I put this into words?
English.
Everyone's going to get to know me real well right now. I'm afraid of not being accepted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that why you didn't go to college?
No.
Okay.
I got accepted into college.
Well, yeah.
I just didn't go because I'm fucking stupid. And I'm broke. I'm afraid of not being accepted due to childhood trauma. I found out.
You found out?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
found
doing,
out. I have
therapy or something?
a couple mental disorders. No, therapy doesn't work for me. I don't like therapy.
Have you done it?
I've had 4 or 5 therapists at this point.
Or
I just
if
don't
you're
like
just
it.
doing it wrong.
Well, it's not like they're doing it wrong. Like they're doing their job. But at the end of the day, if I can look across at you and say the only reason you are currently listening to me is so I can pay you to listen to me, like I'm not going to talk to you. Like if you were to sit down and say, Minsky, tell me what you're feeling right now.
Right.
I'd feel more inclined to be like, oh shit, okay, he wants to know what I feel. He wants to know like how.
Even though you're paying me 50% of all the proceeds that we make from this podcast.
Yeah.
So you're paying me to listen.
I think at that point, technically, you're paying yourself.
Kind of.
But anyway.
Okay. Just a little more invested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's deep rooted, man. It's wild, and it's a very weird thing to think about.
It is. So how did that spill into your life, though?
Dude, I was abused as a child. Yeah.
It happens.
When I make the joke about my father running away, and I haven't seen him in 10 years. Told me he was going to get a pack of cigarettes, and he never came back. Yeah. I make jokes.
It must be
That's how I cope with things, everybody.
It must be an elusive pack of cigarettes. He's just searching, man.
Dude. It was
Just gotta give it time.
It was like this Pall Mall special edition.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I don't
Once
know.
in a lifetime.
He's probably in like fucking Africa right now trying to find him.
Maybe.
Maybe
he could send back one of those big spiders.
Maybe he can beat his other children. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's a little much.
good. I'm scared of roller coasters.
I thought you said you wanted to get real.
I do. Yeah, no, I'm scared of roller coasters.
Oh, can you cut that last part?
It's my biggest fear is roller coasters. I swear.
I hate you.
Well, I'm just saying.
I hate you.
That wasn't the button I was looking for.
You suck. You know what this is, though.
This is the Renegade Shopping Cart Program.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I was. Anyway, why are you scared of roller coasters?
I don't know. I know they're safe.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. I mean, I'm more...
You're one of the people that watched Final Fantasy, huh? And we're like, no.
That's a video game, I think.
Final Destination.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, I watched Final... whichever one. I think I saw one of them, but I was scared before that. Yeah.
I was
don't know.
scared for a long time of roller coasters.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I've been on a couple. I've had a good time on like the kid ones. I like those still to this day.
You know what would be really funny? Is if we went to Six Flags and recorded us.
I mean, it wouldn't be funny if there's not much to record. I used to work there. That was my first job.
Dude, we could
Six
record
Flags
ourselves
Magic
with like GoPros on all the
Yeah.
roller coasters.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go on them.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Hey, let us know if you want to watch that. Let us know if that's something funny you would
We'll
watch.
do a meetup. If 100 people will meet up at Six Flags Magic Mountain, I'll do it.
Bet.
Yeah.
You'll go on the roller
Yeah,
coasters.
yeah.
If
But
we
it
get
has to-
100 people to meet
It has
us
to
up
be
there.
100 listeners, though, not just people that we already know. 100 listeners.
You heard it here
I'll
first.
go.
You heard it here, folks.
But yeah, I'm scared of roller coasters. I don't know why.
Huh.
I trust it. I know that you're not going to die for the most part. I know it's a freak accident if you do die. But it's just like, why? Like, if I have to think about it deep in my brain, it's just like, why am I going to waste my time to go on a roller coaster? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make that much sense. It's like shoving your hand in a garbage disposal.
No.
It's like, it doesn't seem right.
It's more of a, why would you go play disc golf if you don't get enjoyment out of it? That's more of what it's like.
Kind of. But like, I think you should do things that you don't enjoy. Like, I don't think you should just wake up every day and do what you enjoy. Like, you need some discipline. That's why you don't go to the gym. Like, you need to go and you gotta put in the work.
I mean, I don't enjoy going to work, but I do that every day.
Right. Well, there you go. That's one of them. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. We're on the same page.
I don't think so.
Fuck roller coasters. We should make them illegal.
I
That's
like
what
roller coasters.
You do?
Dude, we should go to Disneyland.
No.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, well.
Dude, they were charging
We'd get good content.
$160 to not even go on the rides, just to go to Disneyland and drink
Now imagine when it
butter
actually...
beer.
That's Universal Studios. Dumbass. Angela's going to hurt you for saying that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I stand by it. I'm not retracting my statements. I'm not CNN.
Oh, my God.
Minnesota court rules rape charge doesn't apply if the victim got willingly drunk. This is a hot topic. It's a hot topic. Did you read it?
I didn't read it.
Okay, let's get scrolling here. Let's just give it a good once over. Minnesota Supreme Court on Wednesday ruled that a man who had sex with a woman while she was passed out on his couch cannot be found guilty of rape because the victim got herself drunk beforehand. Now, I did read through this. I clicked on some links. I will just say this, okay? The way that they're describing it in that first little paragraph is very clickbaity. They're trying to be shocking. Like, that's not the very specifics of the
there's
story.
background to it that will...
Yeah. So this man was convicted of third-degree criminal sexual conduct. It just wasn't classified as rape. Okay, so he was convicted of something. They're not excusing what he did by saying she was drunk, she deserved it. That's not what the court is saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of how they were making it out to seem a little bit from what it sounded like.
To make you read it more.
Yeah. But just before we get into all this, he was convicted, third-degree criminal sexual conduct. I don't know the difference. If a person is convicted of a third-degree charge, they could face up to 15 years in prison and pay a fine of no more than $30,000 or both. So he's facing up to 15 years still, right? Like, it's not like he's off scot-free.
That's saying up to. That's
to.
not like a definitive 15 years.
Right, yeah. Which is...
Yeah.
It is what it is, but...
It is what it is.
Yeah. It's a weird thought, right? If someone got willingly drunk at a party, if you were passed out at a party and you got raped, it's still you got raped, right? That's how I feel. Like, I feel like it's still rape.
Well, I think my opinion on it is if you are intoxicated, you are not in the mental state to make decisions.
Correct.
For example, when you're intoxicated, you are not allowed to drive a motor vehicle. You're not allowed to operate a motor vehicle.
Well, it's not suggested.
You're not allowed to.
It's not recommended.
No, you're not allowed to.
But
no. You're not allowed to. Okay? And in my opinion, I feel like it's the same thought process with making big decisions like that, you know?
Yeah, you're not allowed to rape.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Their justification is you are not allowed to give consent if you are intoxicated.
Right. So, but let me ask you this. Now, I'm not saying I believe in any of the things I'm about to say, but I'm playing devil's advocate, and these make for good, mental gymnastic games.
Okay.
Like I went over a lot of this in a lot of the philosophy courses we took in school and blah, blah, blah. But if both parties are the same level of drunk, okay, where does the responsibility lie if they're both blacked out and you can't prove that the raper, right? Let's use that term kind of loosely here, but the person who first brought forth the proposition of sex, okay? You can't prove that he went to the party with some ulterior motive to get drunk, have everyone else get drunk, and have sex. Say he was in a committed relationship, he was really happy, there was no signs that he wanted that to happen. Now they both got equally drunk, and they woke up and were like, what the fuck just happened? Okay? She sues him for rape, and he's like, wait, I didn't want it, I didn't mean it, we're both equally as drunk, it was a mistake, I don't know what happened. Okay? And then if a bystander says, oh, I saw them, they were flirting all night, it was very consensual, they both, decided to go upstairs, blah, 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 but both parties have no recollection of any of it. Who is at fault?
It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. I'm not saying it's not.
Honestly, I believe that at the point of mental impairment, after you become intoxicated, after you, whatever, you are not thinking clearly, you are no longer allowed to make those decisions. Right. So therefore, it would be the fault of them both. So I like.
I'm also not saying that was the case in this storyline.
Like the way it is going makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she decided to sue him. On the other hand, he should also be allowed to sue her because both of them were non-consenting or were not able to provide consent at the moment, and both of them engaged in it, right? If, there's a bystander that says they were both blah, 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 and, neither seemed to not want it, they're both able to take the same legal action, which is why never have sex when you're drunk. Because say I have sex with you when we're both intoxicated, and then
we could be sober and do that though.
Well, yeah, but then we're both intoxicated, we have sex, and then the next day I say, hey, guess what? I want to fuck your life over. I'm going to sue you because you had sex with me while I was drunk. Yeah. And I didn't want it. And you're like, you told me you wanted it. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
You're the one who penetrated me, big boy.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I can literally say, I did not want it. I am suing you.
Right.
And there's no backup to anything, which is, I didn't read this, so I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm assuming is happening here.
Yeah. It's just
it's literally just, in my opinion, it's almost like a, who takes the shot first, because this could be going the same exact way if he had pressed charges first,
Well, in my scenario, not this story. I don't know the actual events of this story, but in
the fake scenario you and I are talking about.
Yeah, who takes the shot
first? Because we don't actually know what happened here.
Yeah, it's real weird. I mean, when you get to he said, she said, and when you get in terms of people pressing charges when they were blacked out drunk and no one remembers how the events went down, it gets scary.
Yeah.
It's scary for me to just think that, and I'm not denying anyone of their, their perceptions and their feelings and, their traumas, but it's scary to think that if no one really knows what happened and how it happened, that we just take a side.
Yeah.
Just because
it feels like you have to.
People are saying it's
there's
a
a
moral
perception
high ground
like
to
it
do
has to.
Yeah, and that's really scary to me.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't believe anybody. Okay? Like you need to look into a story. Now, if there's no proof, I understand there should still be some sort of repercussions for how things happened.
Repercussions.
Repercussions. Okay?
Motherfucker.
So there should still be some type of reparations paid, if you will, restitution. Right?
Not the correct way to use it, but
Who
the idea is there.
knows? Are you an English major? Come on.
No, I just know how to speak English.
Yeah, well.
Anyway,
yeah,
I agree.
So it's a weird thing. Yeah. I like it when
Yeah, like right here. Worth noting,
Mhm.
it would make it a crime to have sex with someone who is too incapacitated to give consent regardless of how they got to that state.
Well, that's a bill that the Minnesota House of Representatives is currently considering.
That is a bill they
So-
should have because
Right.
I think, right, like, obviously every state has different
Mhm.
laws or different ways of going about it, but I think it needs to be as black and white as physically possible because
Yeah.
humans are inherently fucking stupid.
Oh yeah. And then when you add alcohol or drugs
Oh yeah,
onto it,
it
like,
needs
of
to
course.
it needs to literally be like, do not
Right.
make any consensual or any decision based actions when you are incapacitated.
Have you ever had sex drunk?
No.
Not even while you're in your relationship?
Yeah, no, I don't.
No.
No, not a shot.
Interesting.
Not a, because
Bro, I've had
Because of this.
plenty of drunk sex.
well, you could
Consensual?
literally but that's the point. There is no consent.
Well, if you plan on it beforehand, is there not consent?
If you document it beforehand, did you document the fact that you were giving consent beforehand?
But the girl that I have been in a relationship with for the past however many years, I think it's like going on 5.
Okay.
Okay. Like you can't just
The bottom line is,
uh-huh.
if you both got drunk
Right.
and they did not, they wanted to, but
Have you
then
ever-
say something happens
Right.
after you were drunk and had sex, and she just decided to say, you raped me when we were drunk.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, well, it's a scary position to be in, which is why we need to require some sort of proof or evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just don't have sex when you're drunk.
Yep. I mean, that's a good
That's
good
the
point.
easiest fucking way to do it.
What
Don't
was I
be
gonna
stupid.
say about
It's like, don't drive when you're drunk. Is it hard to make that decision? For a lot of people, yes.
Depends where. It depends where. If you're in like an open like say I owned a mile of just grass field and I had a like a motor quad or something that you could just go fucking bust wheelies at, safe, you're not going to hit anyone else, you can only harm yourself, but it's as safe as possible, right? It might be a little bit fun when we're drunk.
I can agree to that.
Okay. There we go.
It's when
Making progress.
yeah.
Have you ever made a move on your girlfriend without being like, is it okay if I
Yes, and I have been shut down
Is it
immediately.
okay if I touch your breast?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
But at the same point,
the same point that
they say no, I stop.
you listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you made the move
Before
before
asking permission.
for consent. Yep. Now, vice versa. Has she ever touched you without the proper consent?
No.
Oh, my girlfriend does it all the time. I don't press charges though.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, my girlfriend loves me.
Yes.
And if I say no, cut that shit out,
Mm-hmm.
she stops.
Yep. What a depressing way to end an episode.
I know, right?
It's good that he was convicted of something. Now,
It's
just to finish this whole point, though, so that bill that the Minnesota House of Representatives is currently considering.
sorry.
Oh, the TV cut out on me. There we go. It would make it a crime to have sex with someone who is too incapacitated to give consent, regardless of how they got to that state. That
I
sounds good and
fully
dandy.
back that.
I fully back that. But if they both are too incapacitated to give consent and make a legal decision,
It's not a legal decision
regardless
if you're
how they
incapacitated.
got to the state.
That's the point, though. It's not a legal decision
Well, no,
if you're
that's-
incapacitated.
That's what I'm saying. They're too incapacitated to make a legal decision.
Yeah.
You can't go to the courthouse and sign a document. You can't go get your driver's license while drunk. You can't make legal decisions while incapacitated, right?
Yeah.
So if both parties are equally as incapacitated to give consent and make any decisions legally,
Yeah.
right? Regardless of how they got to that state,
What happens?
what do we do?
Who's right?
It's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Let us know, everybody.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Let
that's
us know what you
again,
think.
That is not to diminish anybody's traumas or to
obviously
excuse any type
full
of
condolences
rape.
to anyone that has been through a tragic event like that.
Yeah, I don't support rape unless it's
Don't say it.
okay.
Bye, everybody.
Georgia.
Anyway, everybody, like, share, subscribe, comment, email. Make sure to let us know your thoughts.
Shout out to Justin Bieber. Shout out to the Minnesota House of Representatives.
Shout out to Moonshine,
Shout out to
Confetti Coffin, Waterloo.
Starbucks.
No, not Starbucks.
Justin Bieber, if I didn't say that already. Shout out to...
let us know your feelings, your thoughts.
Yeah. Shout out to veganism. Shout out to meat eaters. Shout out to documentaries. Shout out to
my mom.
Shout out to his mom. Shout out to his dad. Let me know when you hit those cigarettes up. I'll smoke one with you.
Yeah,
we'll
for real. Let me know where he's at.
Yeah.
Can't find him. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Don't forget, this has been...
This is the Renegade Shopping Cart Program.
I'm the fattest and most retarded.
Don't forget.
This is the Renegade Shopping Cart Program.
Bye.